Hey traders, Mike Sir here, and welcome to my weekly Trader Psychology live stream series where I help you with the mental side of trading. All right, guys, today we are going to talk about trader burnout. Trader burnout is something that is very real in the trading world. It's something that you may experience or have experienced yourself, especially if you are day trading or especially if you are very, very actively trading. So in today's live stream series, we are going to talk about how you can avoid burnout and some of the things that will help you with your trading. All right, so let's get started. All right, so just a normal disclaimer, please make sure that you consult a financial advisor before making financial decisions. All right, so let's get straight into it. So trader burnout is something where you get to a point where you are exhausted with trading. You're not thinking logically. You're not trading well just due to the state of your mind. And it's very, very similar, especially if you had a job or you had started a business, that at some point where you put a lot of energy into your work, you essentially feel exhausted. You feel that you can't give any more because you have nothing left in your tank. What's very, very similar in terms of trading, where you're constantly trading every day. You're very, very actively trading. You're very, very focused, and you'll get to a point where you feel very exhausted. You feel that you just can't perform well according to your abilities. So what are some of the things that you can look at doing? And I have here, if you don't trade well, you lose more. So I have a philosophy where before I would think that, well, if I'm not going to be trading, and especially if trading is my full-time income, I don't make any money or I don't make any income. So yes, I am exhausted. So yes, I'm not able to trade effectively, but I've got to keep at it, because if I don't try trading, then I won't make money. But what I will say to you is that I've experienced where I forced myself to trade, and in some sense, some of the worst feelings in the world is that you're not feeling great yourself and you actually lose money as a result. So what I would always say is that look at taking time off from trading has a way to rejuvenate yourself, has a way to refresh your mind and allow you to be able to focus on trading effectively. So there's really no need to trade every day, especially if some of you guys are day traders. There's no need to force yourself to trade. And I've talked about it in previous live streams, is if there is no trading setup, is there no right strategy, or the strategy that you are implementing is not working in the current market and you're losing money, well, you don't trade, right? Because it's in trading, it's not about trying to make money every single day. Yes, you are striving for consistency. However, what you should be striving for is the probability of having more successful trades and the ability to minimize loss or minimize risk in the market. And especially if things are not working well and you're trading exhausted, you are not going to perform to your best of your abilities. So one of the things that I do is I take time off from trading. Obviously, I have traders that I work with and I train, but also I take time off where I don't do anything. And it's just like where you're working at a job, you take a vacation, right? So what I have as standard is every 3 months, I take 1 week off where I don't think about trading. I don't think about anything else. I just let my mind rest and be able to re-energize myself and allow myself to not think of trading, and that in some sense it actually helps clear your mind, because you're not focused on trading. You're not trying to look at the markets on a day-to-day basis. So what it allows me to do is assess my trading performance, especially when I'm not trading, it allows me to have downtime and say, okay, well, how have I been doing? What has been working? What has not been working? How can I improve my performance? And how am I able to, perhaps uh, adapt new strategies, or perhaps look for different setups? Overall, it just allows me to be able to um, learn new trading skills, learn new things that when I'm on, when I'm actively trading or trading on a day-to-day basis, I'm not able to think clearly, or I'm not able to um, uh, adapt new strategies. So that those are the things that really help me. The other thing that I would kind of say in terms of just trader burnout is it allows you to kind of just take a step back and look at the overall picture. And sometimes, especially, I would say this for day traders, when you are so fixated on a minute by minute basis or day to day basis, you kind of lose the perspective of a bigger picture. And I'll kind of share an example where um, I was, day trading on a like very, very intensely. The markets were all crazy, volatile. So it's great environment for actively trading or actively day trading. But when I took a step back, I actually could see the trends a lot clearer. I could see that I was just basically trying to make pennies because of the volatility. I wasn't, in some sense, looking at the overall trend, even though it was very, very volatile, and I was not able to be able to capture bigger trends instead of just merely catching it when it's up, catching when it's down, up and down type of thing. So whenever you are so exhausted, you can't really think clearly, and you're not able to look at trading from an overall bigger picture perspective. And that's one of the things that can lead you to not be able to perform to the best of your abilities. So that's why I say when you have an opportunity, or you have time that you take time off from trading, it allow you to be able to gain a much different perspective, especially when you are burned out and not able to think clearly, and obviously your performance will be affected. One other thing that I kind of want to talk a little bit about is when you feel, because I kind of always talked about trading is really a lot about your psychology, about your mental state, about your confidence. Because quite frankly, those type of mindset, your state of mind, your emotions, your mood, all those things definitely impacts you in your trading. So you always want to take good care of your mental state. And again, I talked about this in last week's live stream, is the mental health. And particularly in terms of trading burnout or burning out, in terms of trading, you have nothing more to give. You get to a state where you just can't think clearly, or your mood is very dire, your confidence level is not high, and you're just not able to see clearly. And I think that's quite important. You're not able to see clearly the opportunities that may appear. And that's why um, trading burnout is a real thing, and it's something that you should recognize. And one of the best things is, kind of how I look at it, is over an entire year, I split my trading periods into blocks of 4. So each quarter, and then within each quarter, you set it in terms of each month. So then you have kind of goals, you kind of have objectives, you kind of have things that you want to be able to accomplish, or certain things that you're looking for. So then that way once you get to the end of the month or once you get to the end of the quarter, you can say, okay, let me see how I did. And if you did well, great, right? If you didn't, um, take some time off, and assess to see what are some of the things that you can improve on, instead of looking at the overall, like a longer time frame, such as over a year. And sometimes you can even look at it from a week to week basis or day to day basis to see kind of how, check in with yourself to see how you're doing. And if you are not at your best, and perhaps you do see that you're just not feeling it that day, it's not a bad thing, especially if you're day trading, to just take the day off and then refresh and look forward to the next trading day. All right, guys. So I'll open the floor to any questions that you guys have in terms of the trader burnout. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please type them in the question box and I'll be able to answer them today. Okay. If there isn't any questions, want to thank you all for attending and just want to talk about next week's trading live stream series. Is I'm going to help you and I'll show you the process in how to develop your strength in trading. And obviously, it's very, very important that you understand what is it that you're good at. And then once you understand what you're good at, how can you apply it to your trading? How can you apply it to the financial markets? And I'll go through some steps that you can go through to kind of figure out, well, what is it that you're good at and what is it that you're not good at. And obviously the simple thing is do more of the things that you're good at and do less of the things that you're not good at. And I'm going to go through that with you guys next week. All right, guys, thank you so much for attending and spending your Sunday with me. I'll look forward to speaking to you guys next week. Take care.